C-Bus.
This is one of the big trees that the windstorm knocked down. Now you can kind of see down the tree. What's left of it here down that way is about 50 foot from the trunk out to where I've been cutting on it. We've already took off the top part, and we've been cleaning everything up over there. And you know, obviously we had to clean some other stuff up. It kind of run into some problems with this one up here. I had to take a section down out of that. You can see there's another one over there we're starting to deal with also, but this one's in the yard, so it's a primary concern. Anyway, you know, this tree was probably, I bet, 60 or 65 foot, maybe somewhere around that range, because we've already taken off all the top foliage parts of it, you know, with the small branches, and almost got it cleaned up here. Got a little bit of logs cut over that way. However, what I wanted to show you is this part right down here. You can see as I get close that it blew it right up out of the ground and the roots came out. Now, I don't really know how this is going to work. I've done this on smaller trees, but we're going to see what happens on this big one. What we've got here is a giant root ball. And you can see this thing's probably about 8 foot tall. And it's probably something like 12 foot wide. And when it came out, all these roots came out of here, and it made a heck of a big hole. That hole is about probably, you know, 3 foot deep. Now what I've done is I've took my hoe and I dug around the outside of it right there. Unfortunately, I can't dig too much around here because down through here is their driveway. And I don't want to dig anything out this way from the driveway. So I've dug the hole larger. And then what we've done is, on this side you can see some of it, but it's a little tough to tell. We've cut some of the roots and things that are sticking out of here. So, you know, everything that was kind of sticking off this side, we've cut. Because now that side we haven't done yet, so you can kind of see how the roots on this side are still kind of hanging out, things like that sticking out of the way. So what we're going to try to do is when we cut that, we're hoping that we can get this whole thing just to drop right back down in the hole. And that's why we've trimmed all the roots back, and that's why we've made the hole bigger, so that it minimizes the complications when it drops down the hole. So as you saw, we tipped this guy in there. I talked to the customer about digging the driveway out about another foot. He didn't want to go that route, so it got hung up a little bit on us like expected. It looks like we might be able to get her in there. It's pretty close. So we're kind of fortunate there to dig some of this root system out, see if we can push it around in the hole. Maybe use this chain to tug it around the other way. You see, trimming off those limbs helped quite a bit. They gave us the room and the clearance from digging all this out. If you might remember, it was probably 2 feet farther this way, and it would have got hung up on the dirt for sure. You see the whole stump's moved over about 1 foot. Okay, so you see we've cut it and got this thing back in the hole. So now you can take a look. It's sort of close to the finished product. You know, we dropped it back in the hole. We used, I couldn't explain this, of course, while I was cutting, but we used a skid loader to sort of pull on the top of the trunk. Really not pull it up, but pull it that direction. That way it would twist to fall down in the hole. The gravity and the weight of the root system dropped it right in the hole by itself. However, we got it back in the hole. And we've kind of cleaned up the ground around the outside of it. Of course, the driveway is going to need a little repair here, but if you look at it now, other than sort of this backside I'm still working on a little bit, trying to work on some of this dirt. You see I'm still trying to fill in around the back of the stump and whatnot. here's a quick wrap up of our stump and tree job. Thought you might want to see this before we call it a day. You can see we've got the stump back. Obviously you saw a few minutes ago how we dropped it back in the hole. After that we just kind of cleaned this area up with our little tractor back there, and you know, made it look almost like it never came out of the ground, as you can see. Now I put these snow stakes in here just so you know, because it's soft on the edge there. So I put the snow stakes in there so they didn't drive across it and sort of get stuck in that area, but we just leveled it out. Come around this area and you can see where this thing broke off at. But we did a pretty good job of getting it back in the hole. So hopefully, you know, that's at least amused you and maybe gave you an idea, if you have a tree that gets blown over, how you can take care of it. Hey, thanks for watching. Maybe your tree isn't going to be quite this big that you have to deal with, but hopefully it's not going to be. But if you do have to worry about tipping one up, you can try that. So subscribe, keep watching. I appreciate it. Okay, so we made it back. And we're about to unload these. Little bonus that we decided, since we had the equipment out there, instead of getting rid of this nice wood here, you know, it's we decided to keep these logs instead. So we cut these bad boys into 20-foot lengths. Try to use them for something other than just firewood. And this one here is probably, I think this one is, I don't know, I bet 24 inches in diameter. This guy right here is probably something like, I don't know, 20 or something like that. So instead of wasting these, we decided to load them up. There's a little bit of hassle getting them here, but that's how we're going to do it. And now I'm going to try to unload them. So let's see what happens. All right, so it looks like we got them off.